Let me ask you about health care. You mentioned the meetings that are taking place. Senator Lindsey Graham said the other day that he, quote, he was asked whether or not there will be Senate will be able to get a deal together. He said, I don't think there will be. Senator Burr said it's unlikely that we will get a health care deal. So are they just misinformed? What's the difference between what Republican leadership in the White House is putting out and what some Republican senators are saying? They don't think a deal is possible at some point this year.
Well, this is an opportunity. I think today the president's going to talk about that when he meets with the leadership, but they're going to work their will, and I think they're all going to come together. These, by and large, every elected Republican in the House and the Senate campaigned on this for the last 7 years, and I think that they will come together to make sure that they achieve the goals of lowering costs and providing greater access. But I know there's a commitment by the leadership and the committee chairs, and we remain very hopeful that it's going to get done.
Infrastructure, Chuck Schumer just a little while ago called the infrastructure plan an investment bank infrastructure plan, a Goldman Sachs plan. He said it is a sure loser here in Congress, his words. Are you guys willing to commit more than the $200 billion to the federal government to potentially meet Democrats whenever a bill comes forward to try to get that across the finish line?
Well, look, I think the American worker and our infrastructure are the president's priority in this, putting people back to work, establishing, fixing those roads and bridges that allow our economy to thrive and grow. He's talked, the president that is, has talked about the impact of, broken bridges and bad roads have an impact on the economy and the ability to people to deliver goods to market. So he's going to create that public-private partnership that ensures that we maximize dollars, that we put people back to work and get things done. And you saw that yesterday in the air traffic control proposal they put forward, where you had union support, you had bipartisan support, because the president's approach at this is that of a businessman, of understanding how you can utilize that public-private partnership to maximize dollars, put people back to work, and not just transfer federal dollars to state dollars, which doesn't really have the same economic impact, is really engaging the private sector in this.
And let me ask you one question about tax reform. Jamie Dimon said today, quoting from him, the urgency for tax reform cannot be overstated. Here we are in the early phases of June. Again, nothing concrete at this point. Where is the urgency at this point from the administration?
Well, again, that's a subject that's going to be discussed today with the leadership. Something the president's talked about. As I just mentioned, Secretary Mnuchin and Director Cohen have been out talking to industry groups. We haven't had comprehensive tax reform since 1986, so it is something that is a big undertaking. When you're talking about the magnitude of this, both on the corporate side and on the individual side, and the impact that it's going to have on our economy and job creation, we need to get this right. We need to involve stakeholders from a variety of backgrounds to make sure that we get it right, and that's what the president and his team are doing.